What's the most overrated city in the world? Holy shit, this thread is amazing. City. Like I just gave up scrolling, but it was a very fun romp. Dubai. Dubai. It's the clickbait of the world. We have the biggest, tallest, most expensive. You won't believe when you see this. It's hot as fuck. Everything's a man-made tourist trap. Labor exploitation and racism are rampant. And they try so hard to prove to the world how modern and westernized they are. Really, it's just government propaganda. Dubai, all form no function, built by slave labor. Miami, a city of narcissists and attention whores. Eagleton is filled with a bunch of snobs. Doctors of Reddit, what's the worst thing you can do to your body? Untreated hypertension and diabetes, and cocaine crack. The coronary vasospasms will do a number on your heart. Applying cow dung to an open fracture, not my idea. Saw it happen. Dude died to sepsis in less than 24 hours. Drink alcohol for a long period of time. Cirrhosis and ultimate liver failure are one of the worst deaths I can imagine. Long and slow while you get to think about the consequences of your actions, while you lose your mind and or bleed to death. Not enough sleep. Think of sleep like recharging your phone. Without it, you can't function. Eat a that I have a PhD in geosciences, alcohol and smoking, no question. Girls, what isn't nearly as attractive as a lot of guys think it is? Rubbing the clit like you're a DJ. Being mean. I know maybe it's common sense, but I have met so many boys trying hard to get a girl's attention. While he's just rude to her, but then he's surprised why he doesn't like her. Talking about how you and your buddies could totally take on those other guys at the bar, who are usually minding their own fucking business. There's a certain type of guy who gets a few drinks in and thinks it's really impressive to show off what a violent asshole they are. Thank you, ladies. I'm going to keep being a sensitive man with an average penis, but with confidence now. If you could send one modern object back 500 years with a note attached explaining its use, what would it be and why? A set of children's encyclopedias. My kids had a set that were put out by Disney that explained natural phenomenon, solar systems, mechanical concepts, dinosaurs, etc. What was great is that they didn't presume any knowledge on the subjects so anyone would understand them. Also nice illustrations. A book on history from 1523-2023. Just want to see what sort of havoc that would cause. My university physics textbook would jumpstart humanity's achievements by 500. I never claimed to be a good speller. I would send back the machine that I used to send stuff back 500 years. Japan has Godzilla. What does your country have? Drop bears. Nessie. We have Tanawa and the Puakai, but that is probably cultural memory of the Host eagle, the biggest eagle known to have existed. Extinct, but not a myth. Poland has wall dragon. The fucking sand squanch, Ricky. Fucking bean. Sean the sheep. Emus, we lost a war against them. Florida man. The great collie. Kraken. Diabetes. Load shedding. Paul motherfucking Bunyan. Hitler, I guess. Dracula, aka Vlad the Impaler. People who work in super luxury hotel. What's the one thing management does want normal citizens to know? We turn a blind eye to drug dealers and prostitutes more often than you think. They hardly complain and usually prepay huge bonds happily. Also, we don't give a shit if you're having an affair. A lot of lonely people going on vacation to end their life. Happens a lot but is never mentioned on the news. Billionaire shat in the elevator multiple times. Management didn't stop him. We had to keep track when he used the elevator to ensure we clean the mess before anyone else would find it. People who work in the airline industry, what are some of the craziest things you have seen? There were 2 suitcases checked in that were full of nothing but weed. Saw the pilot walk into the passenger area and say, "I'm not flying this piece of shit," and get off the plane, and all the passengers followed him. A fully naked woman just walked through the terminal and tried to walk through security like she wasn't fully naked. with dead body inside being left out of the flight due to overload without notice neither to us nor the family realizing it by seeing it while the plane was leaving and screaming to us. A plane I got on once almost left without half of its aircrew on it. What immediately tells you someone is a trashy parent? Zero interest in the kid. Doesn't care what they do or what happens to them, as long as they don't inconvenience them. Using your kid as therapy and then getting upset when they have issues regulating their emotions. Refusing to believe their kid can do wrong. Social media influencers whose entire content is their children. People who publicly punish their kids online. Parents who give out way too many details about their children, giving them lack of privacy. Child exploitation at its finest. Mothers who sees their daughter as competition. Came here to make sure I'm not accidentally doing any of these things. What is a fact that you learned in grade school that has been disproven? When I was little, I was taught about the brontosaurus, mighty long-necked plant eater of the dinosaurs. Later, I was taught that, whoops, they accidentally stuck some random bones together and there was never any such animal. Later still, I recall hearing that, oh, actually, there was a brontosaurus after all. Or was there? To this day, I am still, as a 42-year-old man, unclear on whether or not there was ever such a thing as a brontosaurus. The taste bud zones thing. Gum doesn't sit in your system for 7 years. What is something that still hasn't gone back to normal after the pandemic? A lot of places that reduced services for health and safety seem to have decided it saves too much money should bring back. Many hotels aren't doing daily service. Fast casual restaurants are leaning heavily towards takeout and delivery. In-person appointments for many services. Supermarkets that used to be open 24/7. The cost of things. 24-hour stores and restaurants. There are probably way less than half as there used to be. I don't know about y'all, but the sense of time is messed up. It's like 3 years of my timeline is missing. What is the most evil company in history? East India Trading Company did a lot of bad shit. Modern day is Purdue Pharma. The architects of the opioid is not a level of hell hot enough for the Sackler family. Chiquita Bananas, I'm not sure if they're that evil currently, but they have a really bad history of killing protesting workers, starting wars, and supporting terrorist organizations. Brands International. Joja ruins small businesses and destroys the sense of community in rural towns. Shell Company, they destroyed Nigeria. Nestle, the worst thing is that I can't avoid them. Even if I don't buy them, they are everywhere. Dole is pure evil. East India Company. What product, unbeknownst to most people, has the highest markup? Caskets and pretty much anything for funerals. Funeral homes completely take advantage of people during the worst days of their lives. It's disgusting. Fountain soda. The entire reason fast food places want to sell you the meals is because they want to sell you a soda that costs 10 cents for $3. The margin on the rest of the food is more like 10-15, while fountain sodas are like 90. Glasses. Luxottica owns most major eyewear stores. Costs them a few dollars to make and you pay hundreds for them. Back in the day, text messaging. The second cheapest bottle of wine on the menu. What TV show never gets old to you? Arrested Development, Seasons 1-3 specifically. Parks Rec. Sunny. Faulty Towers. Avatar: The Last Airbender. X-Files. I can sit and rewatch it time and time again. Futurama. Community. It's a dense, brilliant sitcom that's played with just about every other genre or style. No matter what you're in the mood for, there's a Community episode for you. Feel like watching an action movie or western? Watch the paintball episodes. Want to see a send-up of historical documentaries? Pillow Fort versus Blanket Fort. Feel like watching a David Fincher film but don't have 2 hours to kill? Ask Crack Bandit. MSH. What's a food that the majority of people or restaurants fuck up in your opinion? Caesar salad. It either has barely any dressing or it's so drenched in dressing that it pools at the bottom of the bowl. Fries. So many mediocre fries. Lot of nasty BBQ out there drowning in sauce to try and cover it up. Gnocchi, it's meant to be light and airy, not a lead weight. Onion rings. A great onion ring is an elusive thing. Calamari, often overcooked into rubber, at least here in the Midwest. I think enough people around here don't even know how good calamari is. It has screwed up so much. Crab cakes, even in MD it's hit or miss. Outside of MD, places tend to use too much filler and binder.